Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're well today. It's good to see everybody. I have a fun story that I'm going to be sharing this morning. It is a true story about something fun that happened, and I hope you enjoy it. One thing I want you to realize is that you're going to be using today's story. It's called Ducky. And you're going to compare it to the story that I read for tomorrow. And so it's important to listen to the details. And you might even, if you get a little confused doing we're going to do a Venn diagram tomorrow. And if you get a little confused, you might come back and listen to this one again. But it's a really fun story, and I hope you enjoy it. And always, when we're listening to stories, it's great. My purpose for sharing a story with you is always to entertain you, but it's also to teach you some skills. And so you really need to be listening carefully to those details as I read. So get settled, get comfy. This is a fun story. Your younger brothers and sisters might enjoy this one also. So holler and have them come sit with you. Okay. The story that I'm about to read is called Ducky, and it's by Eve Bunting. And this is a true story. It's kind of fun. Here we go. I'm a yellow plastic duck, and I'm in great danger. Yesterday, I was snuggled safe with hundreds of other bathtub toys. We were in a crate on a big ship. A storm came. One crate was washed overboard. What does it mean if something's washed overboard? What do you think happened to our friend Ducky over here? That's important. Look at this. Down, down, down it went. We tumbled around inside. Yellow ducks, green frogs, blue turtles, and red beavers. Bump, crash. We hit the bottom, the crate broke, and we bobbed like colored bubbles to the surface. Where are they now? What's happening? The sun is rising now, and the sea is pink. My bathtub friends float all around me. Our ship has disappeared. The sea is big, big, big. Oh, I am so scared. Look at Ducky with all his bathtub friends. If you were Ducky, what adjective would you use to describe yourself? Or can you think of an adjective to describe something in this picture? It's a beautiful picture. Good job. Fish with watery eyes come to stare. A sea snake wiggles itself amongst us. A great monster head rises close to me. Shark! I go from scared to terrified. Terrified would be a great adjective. Oops. Losing our pages. Uh-oh, look what happens now. The shark's mouth opens and it gulps in a frog, 2 beavers, 3 turtles, and me. Things and bits of things are stuck in its giant teeth. Poof! It shakes its head and spits us out. I expect we're not too tasty, though we are guaranteed non-toxic. Do you know what non-toxic means? I wish we could float and swim and get away, but all we can do is float. It's a relief when the shark goes. What adjective could you use to be if you were Ducky inside this huge shark's mouth? A wedge of pelicans flies above us. Oh, how I wish I could fly. I'd fly to safety. The frog next to me is turned upside down by a wave, then right side up by another. But we are drifting far from one another. Great sea spaces separate us. High on a sea swell, I see us spread across the ocean for miles and miles. So because all these bathtub toys are in the ocean and the waves carry them out and they really can't swim, all they can do is float, they're just spreading out from each other. They started in a group and now they're spread far. The next morning, I have no yellow ducks, green frogs, blue turtles, or red beavers to keep me company. Like the ship, they have left, and I am alone. Think about if you were Ducky. How would you be feeling? What adjective would you use to describe yourself? I can't tell how long I float on a big empty ocean. There are days when the sun sparks with the water, when the ocean is blue with white ruffles. There are days when I float through rain, days when wind blows me backward, tumbling me like a yellow ball. It is all the same to me. I only know the loneliness. There are days when fog hides me even from myself. Then I am lonelier than ever. There are days, I have to be honest, these last few weeks, I have felt like Ducky, just lonely and missing you guys an awful lot. There are nights of clouds and nights of constellations. There is a moon and another and another. The water must be colder now. Ice nudges me. Seals bark as I go by. Will I float in this ocean forever and ever? It is on a day of pale light that I feel the sea lift me and carry me and crash me down. I'm somersaulting over and over small stones. What's happening to me now? Someone is shouting, I found one, I found one. It's a duck. Where do you think Ducky is right now? And what do you think is going to happen next? Why don't you stop the recording and share with someone you're sitting by and tell what you think is going to happen next. Okay, welcome back. Let's see. A boy's face is close to mine. We are nose to beak, beak to nose. Another boy rubs my head. Hi, Ducky. That's what I'll call him, Ducky, my boy says. His friend grins. Good name, very original. I need to report that I found him, my boy says. He gets on a bike. Mrs. James is keeping a record for science. For science? Me? What do you think they're doing with these guys? Now, I'm going to remind you that this is a real story. Kind of cool. My gosh, look at these. It's great to see many of my friends again. Look at all the people here have a rubber toy that was found in the ocean. Now we're in a room. My boy sets me on the table. I found him down at the beach, Mrs. James tells a woman. Thank you for reporting it, she says. She writes in a notebook. I'll put it on my ducks found list. People are finding lots of these bathtub toys around town, and the scientists are so interested. Ducky's coming home with me, my boy says. We ride to his house and he puts me in his bathtub. Oh, I am so happy. I'm a bathtub duck fulfilling my destiny. How wondrous it is to be able to float. Boys and girls, what does it mean when you're fulfilling your destiny? Boy, those are some big words. What do you think that means? If he was a rubber duck, and we know the job of a rubber duck is to play with children in a bathtub, and he is now back in this bathtub, he is fulfilling his destiny. That means he's doing what he's supposed to be doing in life. Kind of cool, huh? Now, I want to share this because this is really fun. It says, in 1992, a crate containing 29,000 plastic bathtub toy animals left on a ship from Hong Kong, China, bound for Tacoma, Washington in the United States. It was washed overboard in a storm. Hundreds of the toys have since been found beached on the eastern coast of the Gulf of Alaska. Scientists are checking findings and sightings to learn more about the currents, the winds, and the tides. Using computers, they plot the track of the remaining toys. Some they believe will go into the Arctic Ocean and ride a course toward the North Pole. Some could sail around the top of the world or the North Atlantic. One lone duck has been found off Washington State. How wondrous it is to be able to float. So Ducky and all of that, with the 29,000 toys that went overboard, he is the only duck that was found in Washington State. When you finish with this, you might like to look at a map and see where Washington State is. And they started on a ship from Hong Kong. And maybe you get out a world map and stop and see where that is. It's a cool story. And this one little duck made it to Washington State. And he fulfilled his destiny by being a bathtub toy for a little boy. I hope you enjoyed Ducky as much as I do. I think it's super cool. And I think it also shows us how vast and wide the ocean is. And it helps us, and it did help the scientists understand some things, but I think it's super cool. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to be comparing this tomorrow with The 10 Little Ducks by Eric Carle. So you're going to need to remember all the cool facts about Ducky as I read the Eric Carle story tomorrow, okay? I hope you have a great day. I hope you're able to get outside and get some fresh air, blow off some steam, have some fun. Remember to do your best work and make sure everything is submitted. I do take a look at it. I'm proud of the work that you're doing. I'm proud of you. I know this is difficult. Remember, Mrs. Boffman misses you. I love you to death. And I hope you have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.